Okay, I have never played Worms Armageddon before, and it's kind of true that I've never played a Worms game before. You can blame my brother-in-law. We went to the last PAX that will ever happen, PAX East 2020 in February of 2020, right before everything shut down due to COVID. And while waiting in line to do the Ruby Weapon Final Fantasy XIV challenge, my brother-in-law Matt had the most recent Worms game on his Switch, and was showing it to me a little bit. So I didn't really play very much of it. I'm not good at it. I don't know what I'm doing, but I will let you know what I understand about this game. I get that it's a army of little worms that all have different weapons, and that when they attack each other, they also destroy the terrain in the process. And that targeting is not trivial. You don't say, have worm 1 attack worm 2. You instead have to aim manually, and you can miss aim or misfire to hilarious consequences. It kind of seems like Worms is PvP high depth Angry Birds, or rather Angry Birds is low depth PvE Worms, to be more accurate. So that seems pretty exciting. I have never played it before. I have no idea what I'm doing. So let me read through the plan. We're doing multiplayer here, but I also kind of want to learn the game before I just pop into something. So let me check what the consensus is. Tell me the controls. There's no in-game help or controller support. Do the training missions that aren't adequate, but they'll at least help. So that's single player game menu, training disciplines. Training mode comprises of a short course of tasks which will improve your basic skills. Should you be successful, you'll be awarded a medal, which will allow you to try your hand at the missions. The better you perform, the more missions you can attempt. 1 up. So I just have a team already, which is fine. Grenade skills grade 1. You have 50 seconds to destroy the 2 targets using the grenade. Remember to use the fuse settings. Grenades are not affected by the wind. Yeah, the game doesn't go full screen until I get out of here. It's part of the way the menu works. Sorry, you'll have to see the whole screen until then. I think I used the... Okay, so it's arrow keys up and down to aim, left and right to move, press and hold space to fire. That was just my guess, and it looks like that's right. That's pretty good to get you an intuition for how hard you have to press the button or how long you have to press it. No! Plus and minus for bounciness. Failed basic training. All right, let me try to get rid of this. Create team. Oh, God. I can just name them whatever, basically. Audio options. Really?
Missed! Leave me alone.
That's awesome. Timer is important.
Yes, sir.
So where can I see? Okay. 1 second, 2 second, 3 second min bounce.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
I see.
Watch this. Watch this. Fire!
And do I have unlimited ammo for this, or do I just run out based on time passing?
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Fire! Fire!
It's just time here.
Fire with it.
You end your turn after attacking under normal circumstances. Okay. Yeah, I did 2. Shotgun skills. 60 seconds to shoot 6
Yes,
targets.
sir.
Do I have options for this too? No shots remaining. I can't make out the range that it's going out to. Is there other buttons I can press to adjust it? I assume if I walk off the ledge, I just die, right? So basically there's... Oh, I have to start from the beginning with training every time? I guess that'll make me pretty good at it. Or at least less terrible
Watch
at it.
this. Fire! Watch this.
Grenades are the only adjustable weapons, okay. That would have been nice if I had a shorter
What's this?
fuse.
Fire! Watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
Hooray! First try. Adjustable things are the exception. So is it firing beyond my targeting reticle? Okay, it is. I just don't see the projectile. Gotcha, but I can see which parts of the environment it's destroying as my tell. Gotcha. Bazooka skills grade 1, you have 40 seconds to destroy the targets. The bazooka is affected by the wind.
Yes, sir.
Oh, is that that icon in the lower right? Is that the wind speed, basically?
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
Blow myself up.
Ta-ra!
Nice. Have pity for me. Okay, so you're saying I should be able to change training somewhere on here? Oh, here we go. Basic training, super sheep discipline. Okay, so I can change these individual ones, but I think if I want to go further and get back to the bazooka test, I have to do the first one several times. Let's see. Yeah. So I think I'd probably be okay to just start the game here and ask questions as I go, because I think I get the basic idea. If we wanted to
Watch this.
pop into a game or pop into an offline thing or something.
Watch this. Fire! Watch this. Fire!
I did need to see the basic mechanics. I'll go through this one more time just to see if I can get decent at it.
Yes, sir.
Is the game just scaled up, or is it actually harder at higher resolutions? Like, I assume that you have the exact same platforms and stuff here. Are there just more pixels in between them or something? could try turning the game resolution down. I'd have to turn the monitor resolution down. Whoops. Well, so much for that plan. Tapped space instead of holding it. Need to move the camera with the mouse at lower res. Okay. Alright, so if I wanted to try, I can enter a map just myself alone. And this plays against rando computers, and I can use this to, like, practice, basically. What determines what weapons they have? Is that something I have to customize on the... Oh, you can do 2 human teams. Is this the kind of thing where you just pass the controls over? You would play it multiplayer on the same keyboard back in '99?
Yes, sir.
Right click for inventory. Oh god. Jesus. Every worm has access to all of these?
Get a move on.
What is this? Lemmings?
Watch this. Oh, oh.
Okay, so you take damage at the end of the turn. Because it has to wait for any physics events to occur. I feel like this is kind of in the same category of PC game where it's like, kid me in 1999 would have been blown away by the fact that the environment is destructible, right? We kind of take that for granted these days.
Traitor. Reinforcements have arrived. Chew on this. Rats. Reinforcements have arrived.
I think I see enough of it that I could probably pop into a game and just try the different stuff out. Okay, so falling damage is a thing, and it ends your turn when you take it.
Chew on this.
Well, kind of like, I feel like that was a big draw of early RTS games. Like, oh my gosh, I can modify the map and I can make these big armies. It's not just the tools I start with, it's also the tools that I make. That's crazy.
What was that? Fire!
Double backspace to backflip.
Next time, you're mine. Yes, sir.
Oh, that's cool.
Whoop. 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 Whoop.
Backflip can let you get to places you wouldn't be able to reach otherwise to the normal jump.
Watch this.
Kaboom! Way to go, anime.
What are you, nuts? Reinforcements have arrived.
Okay, I think I get the idea. Play over the internet. Wormnet. What a fanfare. So I think I could make, I guess, this name or SERP if you want to make a game. That's cool, but I'll try it over here. We want it to be intermediate. Because maybe someone else should host who knows what they're doing, because I don't know what I'm doing. SERP's on it. Cool. Is this one of many legacy 90s PC games that's extremely popular in Slavic countries? All lowercase, okay. So this is where I can pick my team, right? I can change color, question mark? Oh, you can change what side you're on. Interesting. Yeah, we were trying to get this set up. We're using the hosting buddy bot that some Worms fan set up forever ago. But when we were first trying to connect, it was giving us like port forwarding errors, and it was reminding me of the olden days of PC gaming. I didn't have a PC that was ever strong enough to play actual PC games, but I remember running emulators on it and trying to do ZSNES net play and having to like set my router to the DMZ, setting a specific machine to the DMZ so I could host stuff without having to forward ports. Oh, how do we see the map that we're trying to reload here? I wonder if the text scales up in game or if it's this itty bitty tiny font. I'll try to read it as I see it. Saying this is a brutal map. Oh, is that just a random shape? Interesting. Game options. Energy level. Victories required. Position on the landscape. This game kind of occupies a similar PvP space to me as like Bomberman. It's a pretty different game, but produce worms per team. Guess you can right click your worms. Weapon options. How much ammo you have for the different kinds of weapons. Okay. Crates. Power. Oh, that's kind of cool. Are there commands to give the bot to change things, maybe? You look up hosting buddy. Hosting guide. Community services, hosting buddy. Automated hosting bot, general commands. Yeah, so it's worms2d.info/hosting buddy, and then there's a list of commands. I assume you can use these to do things like changing the map. Yeah. Exclamation point map, maybe. And then you can add texture as an optional argument to make it like fruit or cheese, it says. So that's a better, less complicated map, basically. I see. Level selects a standard intrinsic level as the map to play on instead of a randomly generated one. I guess if you do exclamation point level. Let's see. You can set a map size, style, border, type island. So does everyone have the ability to run these commands once they're in the room, or is it just the host that requested the map, I wonder? This is fun to figure out. So you can set energy number, worm select, time options, crate options, object options, sudden death options. I'm trying to find where you decrease the number of worms on each team. Gravity, geez. You feel like this would be a pretty early thing in the command list here. Oh, it's exclamation point worms team number, and then the worm count. Oh, and if the team number is not specified, the count is set for all teams. So exclamation point worms, however many worms you want everyone to have. Looks like that's doing it. Awesome. Okay, cool. I'm ready to start whenever then. Do we have to do an exclamation point start for the game to start? Close your game. Yeah, exclamation point start. But we all have to light up first? I see. So there's a little light bulb next to your name that you have to click in order to ready up, basically. And then once all the lights are on, it looks like Brewski and Serp have to hit the little light bulb, and then should be able to do exclamation point start to start. Waiting on Brutus to ready. PC gaming. Whoa.
Yes, sir.
Abigail Thor, H. Bomber. Nice. I like the team names. It's kind of fun. Testing. Okay. It's probably impossible to read on stream, but
First blood.
Well said, my
the
lord.
red tube names, the TNG names. Usurpers. Serpentine. Smash characters. I'll probably adjust teams after this. That seems like that would be fun to work on. Can you hit escape to get out of the text window? Oh, it's tab, I think. Maybe? Oh no, tab dismissed it, but now I can't get it to come back. Check.
Oh,
Look, Worms, Armageddon,
no.
chat button. Page down and page up.
Oop.
Yes, sir.
It was a different time. Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Enterprise. Back before things were standardized, right? Remember when 2 Human came out and they put something other than the camera on the right stick?
Sneak image.
Oh,
Oh, that's funny. Sure, you can.
you'll regret that. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I'm now getting the Final Fantasy names that are all also worm jokes. Emmet Silkworm. Kefkanalid. It's pretty good.
Watch this. Fatality.
I think we're doing a lot of time per turn right now so that we can learn how to play. Yeah, don't go easy on me. Please destroy me. I don't know what I'm doing. Except for roundworm. Throwing a sheep. Nice.
You give me ill counsel, sir.
Wow. So knocking people off the stage is way more effective than just hitting them, it looks like. Browse weapons while it's not your turn. Remind me, what's the the button for doing that. Mouse right click. It's weird, you don't use the mouse for anything else, do you? Bazooka, home missile, mortar, battle axe, cluster bomb, Uzi, Dragon Ball.
Just you wait.
Did modern Worms games make any effort to balance these? Yeah, the Silk Shot is. That's great. Do they take damage every time they touch fire? Okay.
You give me ill counsel, sir. Very well, good sirs.
So when you get down to 0, you
What
suicide,
crate from
basically?
yonder window breaks?
Ninja rope. Oh, that's cool.
A donkey! A donkey! My kingdom for a donkey!
Please show off all the different weapons and stuff, because this game is... It's going to be bad for me, because I'm going to find something that works and then probably stop experimenting. But I'd like to see what the other stuff does, so... If you know cool weapons and cool tech, please use it. Any source of falling ends your turn, right? The sheep one was pretty funny. I think you can change all of the settings. So is this the kind of situation where Worms Armageddon is like the agreed upon perfect entry in the franchise? Like, was it Bomberman 94?
What the?
And there have been later releases, but this is the one that everybody plays or is stuck with for a long time. I saw that one on the Switch. It seemed pretty good. I think it was still 2D.
You do me a grave disservice, sir.
A few seconds after firing your weapon to retreat, so as not to blow yourself up, basically. Well, that didn't work out.
Traitor!
Poor Marty.
Oh!
Oh, I didn't realize when you suicided you did
By my troth, you will pay!
blow up terrain and damage nearby allies. That's cool. Hey, New Blader, how you doing? The newest one is the least hated modern one. What can you change about Worms that would make it bad? Like... It seems like a pretty simple formula.
Hello.
Yeah, I've never played it before. Polish. The 3D is just the look of the game, though, I assume, right? It's still like side-on? Or is it actually like aiming and acting in 3 dimensions? Because that sounds terrible.
Watch this.
Oh, shit. That was
This
cool.
time, you're mine. Reinforcements have arrived.
I guess it's not a terrible idea to try. I'm still convinced that Nintendo fucked it up for everybody by getting 3D Mario and 3D Zelda right on their first attempt and making everybody go, oh, we can just port everything from 2D to 3D. Incorrect. It's a miracle that it worked. And both 3D Mario and Zelda are arguably in a
I'll
different
get you.
like genre once they become 3D. Yeah, and Retro Studios with Metroid. Absolutely. So, I guess explain to me the PvP versus PvE appeal. Like, I have more experience with Bomberman as kind of a party game of this style, and Bomberman still had a decently solid campaign. You could play it single player. It seems like Worms is much more about the multiplayer.
What crate from yonder window breaks?
So are the crates significant? Do they have like items in them or something? I get that the green barrels are exploding barrels. See, I feel like the insanely diverse toolkit they give you for weapons would lend itself really well to cool level design, where you actually have to use all of these crazy things. This is definitely the sort of game that if I had played it in the 90s, I would have looked at the weapons menu and would have noped the fuck out. Like, I'm pretty sure that was my experience. I think I played Lemmings on the NES, which has a similar terrifying menu. Or like Boy and His Blob.
I'll get you.
One worm on 1 HP with X number of ammo for X weapon. Win against these 4. Combo challenges and fighting games with weird starting scenarios. Now, I feel like you could do a lot of cool little challenges like that, like use the ninja rope to cross this gap, or use the sheep bomb to do some specific thing that's not possible with any. Like, basically, you'd want to point out how the weapons are not degenerate, and that would be challenging. Missions force you to use every weapon in different ones.
You'll regret that.
Nice bow and arrow. Is the health setting, is this the default? It seems unusually high. I guess they don't want the game to end too quickly, because it would kind of suck if just you bazookaed someone in the face at the start of the mission. You're just dead. It sounds like it would effectively be a puzzle game.
Entertain us, you slow-witted oaf.
Reinforcements have arrived.
So, Angry Birds is a heavily simplified version of this. I'm sure it's, like a sin against God to compare this to Angry Birds, but I can see where it got its start there. Okay, I'm not able to hit above me like that.
Missed. Drop.
Well, there is kind of an influx of Angry Birds type games, I feel like. I remember there being one that was free or super cheap on the PS3. That was like a slingshot game where you had to launch people into things. People were really enamored with like physics launching games for a while there. Well, it's not a ripoff, it's just a similar core loop. estimate a trajectory and then estimate how hard you have to pull on the slingshot or whatever it is you're doing. Because that's like the main thing that makes this fun is the uncertainty in aiming.
Yes, sir.
Can you sometimes win due to spawns just because you don't have to interact with anybody else? That's cool. You can do your own flag at the bottom. Nice. When was the very first Worms game released? Like, was there a story behind where they got the idea from, where they put it together?
Hello.
Thank you, Ravenon. I'm glad you did that, because it's very funny.
Hadouken.
Hadouken. Zeromatode.
Fatality.
It's pretty good.
Well said, my lord.
Globez. Barthendendrus. That would be the biggest sell for this for me as a kid, would be being able to make funny team names. $1995.
Oh.
This would have been a great game for early netcode too, right? Because it's turn-based, you can sync everyone together without having to send a lot of information. Use an experiment by Andy Davidson on a graphing calculator by Casio. Huh. Poke is just knocking you off the map, basically. Oh, you can build stuff. Yeah, I would have been shitting my pants over that in 99. Are there like crazy worms mods that do stuff you're not supposed to do with worms? Was that wind that got you? I guess the wind's blowing pretty hard. Water, way to go.
Yes, sir.
Let me see if I can get this ninja rope thing to work. I have to hit space again to let go. Okay. Did not count for damage, looks like. Thought I almost made it last time. You said the backflip is higher, right? If you want to drop something on a rope, use enter. Let's see.
Cooey. Fire.
Boom.
What the?
You get a couple seconds to run away. Okay.
No, sure not this. Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, it seems like self-inflicted damage is the fun party game element of this.
Hello?
Thanks for putting this on subblock. I'm happy to like see what Worms is and interrogate it. It's cool. I don't think this is a game that I would have played a lot as a kid. It would trigger my existential gaming angst, for lack of a better word. They're like, you do a couple rounds of it, and then it starts to feel like Cards Against Humanity. Like, why are we still doing this? I think it's like, I guess it's like Duck Game in that respect. Like, you're doing it for the moments when you accidentally blow yourself up or something else silly happens, right? And I imagine, at least when it came out, you would do it a lot to enjoy the crazy, like, terrain destruction and building mechanics. Almost got Worf there.
No, Pagadi. Yes, sir.
I think I positioned myself as being resoundingly anti-joy, Polar. Self-inflicted damage, silly puns, ridiculous weapons, physics engine. For sure, yeah. Very sandboxy. The only way I enjoy Smash Brothers is by extracting all of the fun out of it. So, and then being too good at the game to play with my friends and family, and too bad at it to actually play it for real. I wonder if you can add stuff to this that would, like, get me playing it for a really long time, like a progression track, or tracking the number of times something crazy has happened, an achievement system or something, maybe. I can't just do something for its own sake because it's fun. There has to be some external Skinner box reason for it, right? What if it's like...
From yonder window breaks.
Do you move worms when you're swinging on the ninja rope? Can you, like, bump a worm off the stage by swinging into them? It's just like Fortnite.
Fire!
Missed.
Called a rope check. It's turned off in tournaments. Oh, because it's too good? Interesting. I saw something about a rope in the game settings and like the rooms we were trying to connect to. But I feel like that's an example of, like, it would keep me playing the multiplayer if it was tracking the number of times exciting things like that happened.
Missed. Yes, sir.
Mario Party, I don't know if you know this, Brewski, but that's the worst possible game to compare it to. I mean, it's perfect. It's exactly right.
Watch this. Grenade! Adjust your weight. Nice annoy you. Oh, yes, sir.
You're correct, though. It's exactly the kind of game that it is. Right. If I had kids, this would be an awesome game to play with kids. Pure skill. Absolutely. Yeah, to be clear, my model of enjoying games is not, I don't endorse it. It's bad. You know, it would be great if I could do things just because it's fun and for its own sake. But, and it often denies cool experiences, or I end up being like, I feel like I've tapped out most of Jackbox at this point. I'll play it if I've got friends that really want to do it. but it's sort of like the most extreme version is once you've played Cards Against Humanity with the same group of people like 4 times, you're like, okay, I've seen what this game has to offer. I can simulate. I already know what the deck is like, so if any card gets played, I can imagine what the best combinations are for it, regardless of what's in people's hands. And I feel like this is kind of similar, that you would play this for fun in like a party or something. And you could probably squeeze several dozen hours of fun out of it, right? No, Brewski.
Come, sir, let us duel.
I should recommend this, like, we could do this in lieu of Jackbox at some point. I think that would be a lot of fun. It's all about the building the stories. Oh, there's this one time I was swinging on a rope and I bumped into the exploding barrel and got knocked off the stage. Like, Worms, you found it okay to be mindlessly averagely bad with friends, or even just the AI as a kid.
Oh dear.
Oh, Jim Jam. This like sudden death has triggered now or something. Hit Andrea? Or is it just oh, it reduces everyone to 1 hit point. I see. I think that's the issue, is that when it comes to... Oh, is it the Holy Hand Grenade? Nice. Thanks for using that one. I didn't see that in the item list. It's cool.
I'm out of here.
I have zero interest in winning in PvP games. My main interest is in ensuring that everyone else has a good time, to the extent that sometimes I'll sandbag just to make sure people are having fun. So I think that would make Worms a pretty good candidate because it's just about fun. It's like Duck Game in that respect, right? There's sometimes where I actually feel bad about winning, especially if I'm playing a game where there's like a competence gap between the players or an experience gap. Holy Hand Grenade goes in the team custom weapon super slot, or super weapon slot. Oh, the water level's rising. Can you wait out the turn to kill the other characters?
Yes, sir.
I hear you, Noob Leader. Well, I think that means that I was starting by saying I don't know if Worms is a game that would hold my attention for a really long time, but the more I think about it, given that it is so silly, like this feels closest to Duck Game. Duck Game, you're so likely to get screwed by something random happening that player skill doesn't matter, so you don't have to worry about playing it too well because it's so twitchy, you're just gonna blow yourself up and laugh about it. Optimizing for the fun of the group, absolutely, yeah. Well, it's sort of like being a dungeon master, where there are times in order for everyone to have the most fun in a tabletop RPG, you kind of need to fudge things a little bit. And to me, the key is all about not revealing that you're doing that, not allowing them to see that you're ending the combat early because people are tired and over it, or letting a crit become a miss because it would make combat drag on for another hour, you know what I mean? It's not a lot of luck in Duck Game either, but it's so twitchy that shit can happen.
Oh dear.
Do people take Worms seriously?
Oh yes, sir.
Is there pro tournament Worms? I feel like you'd have to have a really, like, Smash Brothers-esque, extremely restrictive rule set on weapons that are banned and maps that are allowed. Nice, I like the teleporter.
What crate from
What's with the
yonder
little
window breaks?
poop icons everywhere? I think so, Nubulator, because when you're playing a board game and trying to optimize for everyone else's enjoyment, you also can't give away that you've given up or that you're trying to push the game to end. Because if other people believe that you're not playing in good faith and playing competitively, that it'll give them, you'll spread your angst to them, your existential angst. Polar Poopski. Oh, you can. So do you have like a art thing where you can design what the gravestones look like? That's cool. Like with the flags. Contagious angst. Part of it is Magic the Gathering has this, right? The different kinds of players, your Spike, your Johnny, your Timmy. I think it kind of arrives at the thing I'm talking about for Magic specifically. Contagious Angst is nice grunge.
What's this? Ah, a missile.
Well said, my lord.
Homing missile's so overrated. The ninja rope seems like it's a really important item. Do
Oh,
you only get 2 uses for the entire game per worm, basically? Or is it per turn?
oh.
Yeah, that's interesting that the rope isn't given any emphasis in your items lists, right? Like, I feel like it needs to have its own little box in the corner or something. Hmm. Glocked him. Serp's gonna take it with that. Very nice.
To the victor, the spoils.
Huzzah! So, like, 8 worms would have been ridiculous, right? End of round 1. Rigged. Oh, so it immediately goes to additional rounds. Gotcha. So generally you want an island because that means the game ends more quickly because you have places to fall off instead of having like walls all around it. I do like the randomly generated map shape. Sensitive issues, that sort of thing, affecting your enjoyment of games. You have to force yourself to play stupid or inefficient builds in games for yourself to get the point. Yeah. Oh yeah, basically you have to ready up again whenever the map changes. That makes sense. So it looks like Brewski has to ready up. If you're out, Ravanon, thanks for playing. Appreciate it. Rigged for our pleasure. Enterprise. No problem. You play a silly party game too much, you get too good at them, so now you can't have fun with randos anymore. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically my life for these games. too good to play with your friends, not good enough to play on the actual tournament scene.
Yes, sir.
Duck Game's great. I could enjoy this in the same manner of Duck Game. This would be fun if I'm doing, my wife and I are doing a drunk Discord party with her sister. Could have everybody boot up Worms Armageddon. It seems like it's pretty easy to set up. So I'll recommend that for next time. I think this would be way up Andrea's alley. Do you get multiple launches of this thing or no? Does each attempted launch use up one of the uses?
Ow!
Let's try a new weapon.
Get a move on. Fire!
Always have to press and hold. There's nothing that you tap.
Hey, a fool! Oh, yes, sir!
Only use it if you hit something. You get a free extra launch while you're already roping. So you can rope twice, basically. Yeah, I'll probably end up doing this as a COVID Discord party game hangout thing. It seems like it's perfect for that, for everyone to be in voice chat. I think the most recent one is the one that's on the Switch. What's it called? I think that's the one that Paranormal Echoes was showing me at PAX.
Ow! Ow!
It looked very similar to this.
You do me a grave disservice, sir.
Worms WMD.
Ow! Ow!
Does it have online multiplayer still? Does it cross-platform? I guess that would be the biggest concern. Can everyone get on the same platform to play it together?
Let us make merry, fellows. Ow! Cry havoc. Let loose the dogs of war.
Nice, Brewski.
Let us say.
Yeah, there's a lot of material that I think is targeted for kids or is most enjoyable by kids. And saying that I think kids would really like this isn't like denigrating it at all. Like it actually makes me excited that if and when COVID's over, womp womp, showing this to my niece, I think she would get a blast out of it.
Reinforcements have arrived.
That's me.
Fire!
Nice.
You'll regret that.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Seems like the falling damage is pretty mild. Is that one of the game settings that you can adjust? Yeah, that makes sense, this name. No, it's cool that Armageddon still exists and has been like upscaled for modern resolutions.
Ow!
A game with a menu like this, I assume I'm gonna have to run in a virtual machine, so I'm impressed that it just kind of runs.
Special delivery.
But NetPlay works if you use the hosting bot. I think if the weapon menu hadn't have scared the bejesus out of me as a kid, if this was like one of the few games that I actually owned, I would have played a lot of it.
Come on then.
Just to mess around with the more sandboxy elements, if nothing else.
Fatality.
That's cute.
What crate from yonder window breaks?
It also kind of has that 90s Nickelodeon subversive quality, where it's like, oh, it's cute and cartoony, but they all have these horrible weapons, right? Where I feel like we're all jaded about that nowadays. But if you were a kid at the time, this is probably like, you argue to your mom, there's not any actual violence, there's no blood or anything.
Let us make merry, fellas.
This game is still getting support decades later, and
You're right,
WMD has no post-launch support. It's unfortunate. What's the dev history? Is there a particular like developer that owns Worms?
Next time, you're mine.
Yeah, 90s Nickelodeon. Very like Boogerman, Earthworm Jim, Team 17. Huh. Is that the main thing that they do? Big indie publisher. Good for them. The sheep's pretty awesome. Oh no, sheep! Does it have to blow up eventually? Or, okay, answers that
By
question.
my troth, you will pay. Reinforcements have arrived.
Oh, I made Overcooked. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. I think this game would be... Are there any, like, variant game modes? Because I feel like if you did some kind of co-op challenge, that would be a lot of fun.
Ow!
No chocolate.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Like I've said before that my big... The liquid that I want to extract from games to get enjoyment is developer intent, which usually presents itself in the form of level design and puzzles and that sort of a thing. So I think if you did like a big, massive co-op game where you had some objective, might be cool. But I assume that already exists as like a optional game mode. Mega Drive is the Genesis in the US. PAL regions, it was Mega Drive in Japan. Sega Genesis. I got you.
Bummer.
Brewski is a filthy PC gamer. Which,
What crate from yonder window
how often do you get
breaks?
into an internet environment where someone calls you a filthy PC gamer?
A donkey!
Doesn't- isn't steeped
My
in-
kingdom for a donkey.
Console context.
Let us make merry, fellas. Oof.
Yeah, right. You can sneak in games on your PC that you need for other purposes like word processing, right? You can't sneak in a Nintendo. 2 HP. Someone's got to put Math Blaster on. We got to do a mega subblock that's just like 8 different. I'm a kid and I have limited access to video games, so I play them on the school computer titles. All right, let's do. Charge drone.
Ow!
I was hoping it would launch you up.
You had it coming. Alas!
Sorry, sir.
What you doing? I'm out of here.
You have to be careful killing a worm in melee range without knocking it away from you because that happens. Gotcha.
Reinforcement!
Paid for my crimes. It's an edutainment month the YouTubers celebrate. I'm trying to think. It'd have to be. It's not all edutainment necessarily.
Yes, sir.
Definitely, I would love to play Oregon Trail. I beat that a couple times in school as a kid. The original one on Apple II. Math Blaster. I feel like we had some kind of theme park game. I don't think it was Roller Coaster Tycoon. MLG Power Pro move. Dino Park Tycoon. That's probably right. Yeah. Math Blaster, Space Cadet Pinball, which isn't really beatable. Play Space Cadet Pinball for an hour, I guess. Frog Fractions is a pretty great send-up of all of that if you haven't played it. It's worth Googling.
Oof. Ow! I'll get you! Max annoy you!
I think browser Flash games were slightly before my time as far as playing games at school. It had to. I was graduated high school in 2005, so it would have had to have come out before that. So I think that famous Addicting Games helicopter game probably was available. I don't remember what year that was. I remember trying to like plumb the depths of like Shockwave games early on.
No!
It's before I had standards. It actually maybe is what gave me standards.
A donkey! My kingdom for a donkey!
Once I discovered early Flash games, and I was like, oh my god, there's so many of these, and they're almost all garbage. I don't have to just play everything that I encounter. Cute. Teach history with Wolfenstein. I think there's a lot of. I think that we're underutilizing video games for education. I think that I learned a lot that's difficult to demonstrate from playing lots and lots of games as a kid. The big benefit is being able to practice real-world skills with simulated consequences, right? Like, I attribute most of my... Nice. I like the fanfare for the home run. I attribute most of my financial sense to being able to make bad decisions with, like, MMO currency, where there were real consequences for me fucking up, but not any consequences that led to, like, me being ruined.
Get a move on.
Fire punch. Homing missile. What is a dynamite placeable? Not. Do each of those bullets do damage separately for the Uzi?
I'll get you. Yes, sir.
A few seconds run away. Transferable skills in game are as valid and experience as real life practice. Yeah. I went to a really interesting PAX panel that I've talked about a bunch of times. It was about the value of teaching game design in school. So not playing games, but trying to like have a class where kids tried to design a game that others played. And I think they've focused it on using like Portal level creators. But the most interesting thing that came out of the study that they did is that it greatly improved feelings of empathy.
What crate from yonder window breaks?
Part of going into level design is asking yourself, how can I convey to the person playing what they should do, given that they don't exist in my brain? Because it's a skill that kids don't start off with. They would often like design a level where the person playing would be like, I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. And they would have to explain to the kid, well, this other kid doesn't live in your brain. They don't know that that button is supposed to open that door. You need to tell them in some way that they have to press that button to open that door. Flamethrower is my super weapon. Okay, is that something that you can pick per team? You only get one, like the holy hand grenade? I like digging through the terrain there. That was cool. Okay, I'll probably take a look at that. How many rounds is this set for? No knowledge can be assumed as valuable. Yeah.
Spishka. Ow! Ow! Ubik.
Reinforcements have arrived.
I think there's a lot of general ways that you can use games to build empathy, like, see if I can try out my flamethrower here before I switch. Is there any way for me to know from the menu that that's my super weapon?
Ow! Ow! Ow!
Oh, that's cool. You can keep aiming it. Nice.
I'll get you.
Set phasers to launch.
Special delivery.
So that's better to, like, aim into a pit where they can't escape it. Like, I feel like Papers, Please, I don't know that many people are going to get this take from it, but it's, like, a great way to demonstrate why someone might behave in a way that appears to be obviously immoral based on systemic pressures surrounding them, right? It's very easy to boot up Papers, Please and be like, I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to process all these people through. I'm going to follow the rules. And then as the game builds pressure on you about feeding your family and keeping the heat on and stuff, it becomes really easy to become corrupt.
Dwarf.
Ow! Ow! Ow!
Loose the dogs of war.
Papers, Please would be great as a classroom game. It's nice and short. It gets the point across pretty quickly. You could do like a before and after essay exercise with the students. Like, posit the premise of Papers, Please and ask them to write an essay on, what they would do if they were in this position, and then have them play the game and have them write one again. I had a teacher in high school. He was the gym coach, but they gave him this class he could do that everybody took because it was an easy A. He basically just gave everyone an A. But it was called Heroes and Villains, and it was mostly just watching movies, which is why everybody took it, about different people in history that were characterized as either heroes or villains, right? And then the end of the class was we all had to write an essay on whether we thought Dr. Kevorkian was a hero or a villain. And inevitably, everyone who took this class, it was like split down the middle, 50-50. And I was like, I get it. I see what you're doing. I don't know how many kids in the class get it, but I see what you're doing, Coach Johnson or whatever his name was. You like start the class where he's like, here's what the media says Dr. Kevorkian is. He's the Death Doctor, right? Da, 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 da.
No.
And then you watch some documentary content about him and you're like, he's not that bad. I love the holy hand grenade. That seems like a really iconic weapon. Is that in all of them?
Counsel, sir.
90s era Monty Python referencing?
To the victor, the spoils.
That was awesome. Papers, Please conveys in a much more condensed fashion what Crusader Kings is getting across. Yeah. Game closed. SERP is gone. The game cannot be started. Leave and host another game. All right, let me mess with my team settings. I think I have to do that outside of the multiplayer menu, right? Oh shit, not like that. Training, maybe. Let's do a different gravestone option. Select your special weapon. I like the flying sheep. Let's do that. Let's do... the elemental wheel that almost made it, that almost did it all perfectly. Okay, I guess someone that knows the commands can open a room. Yeah, Serp, if you were doing it before and it was working, go for it. Well, I think that the fact that you have to spend so much time with Crusader Kings to get the message that it's imparting is important and part of the value, right? Like, it would make it a challenging homework subject for students compared to something like Papers, Please, that they can play in an afternoon. It's cool that you have all the alternate team names you can swap between. Rules for Rulers is only lacking a sufficient number of heirs finding creative ways to escape their balconies. Yeah. I played quite a few games that are like that, where sometimes, and this kind of bums me out that since I don't really do postmortems on games, I briefly flirted with doing post playthrough reviews, but ended up taking so many hours it wasn't worth it. But I'll beat a game, and then like a month later, I'll like have a little cartoon asterisk pop over my head, and I'll be like, "Oh, I get it now. Gotcha." Turn up crate drops. Infinite rope. Not necessarily. Like I'll be sitting through the credits of a game on stream as we're talking about it, and then I'll get like a great interpretation a month later, and I'm like, shit. I guess I could go into Discord and talk about it, but scripting, editing. Yeah, I might think about it. I think we're all set. Just got to ready up, it looks like. Brutus and Brewski. It resets you ready whenever the map settings get canceled. I'm rambling. Oh, I can ramble. I think one of the best empathy tools you can get out of video games is like people like to have this opinion that if I were put in the same circumstances that I would make decisions differently. It's very worth challenging, I think. Hey, I guess we blew this time. Good hype. I didn't ready up first. Nice, 6 good. Get it, Riker. So we're only seeing teams of 4. What are your other 4 for bread tube, Brewski? Serp, do you have 8 that just all have Serp in it? Or is the 8th one randomly not? Oh! Nicely done. Beautiful.
Yes, sir.
To me, that's what you played this game for, that happening.
Cooey.
Oh shit!
Reinforcements.
Well, that was annoying.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly, Nooblator. Well, I mean, I think I would argue that your ability to be leftist and openly queer is a product of your environment as well, right? Like, if you hold a gun to my head, I probably would tell you that there's no free will. It's not a useful theory of society. You name your worms team after different chill murderers. That's a pretty good theme. I would have, that would be like 99% of my fun with this would be just sitting up, coming up with what are a list of 8 things that are all thematically tied together. Imagine that's part of the fun of playing with randos, seeing funny team names.
Ты об этом пожалеешь. Пока. Sayonara.
Or Abigail.
Бросай.
Norman Bates.
Вспышка. Ow! 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 I'll get you.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Systemic pressure is a thing.
Watch this.
Oh, I forgot about the blowback. Yikes.
Bomber.
Reinforcements have arrived.
What's the name of the psycho guy? Seems like a pretty good game for open discussion, though, because the turn-based nature, right? It's not exactly dexterity twitch tour de force.
Special delivery.
I know, right? No, that's where I can definitely see the value in this as like either you're just playing it as kids because it's funny and fun to blow stuff up and use all the different weapons, or you're having a drunk party with adults where you're just barely paying attention to the game and laughing whenever something funny happens, or you're playing it super serious. Fox only Final Destination. Or you're doing it like this on stream. This is fun too. You get the little shit that happens constantly. Basically, it seems like a good game to have something else going on at the same time, right? It's not, it doesn't require 100% of your attention, which I feel like that should be a genre more. I haven't played terribly many games that don't demand a ton of your attention and which are fairly low stakes and which are multiplayer. Like, I would say RuneScape definitely is an attention calibration game where if you'd only have time to, you know, look at it every 3 minutes while you watch a Netflix show, then it's great. But it's not really multiplayer at the end of the day. Oh god, double kill. Fire can't swim.
Бросай.
Worms is flexible by not being 100% engaging. think the timer is fine. I'm not. This isn't a complaint at all. I think it's a strength of the game. Yeah.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Let's see. Gotta get to safety on this platform here.
Fatality. Reinforcements have arrived.
I think it's a balanced 6-gun. I totally agree. It's not a way to excuse behavior, but I think it's a way to explain it. The wharf effect strikes again, taken down by a baseball bat. 100% calculated. Can you customize the look of the worms at all? Like, I thought I saw some stuff with, like, headbands, but that's just from, like, using the Shoryuken ability. I assume that's more focused on in the later games. It seems like an easy cosmetic marketplace thing, right? Just pushed him off. Nice.
Fatality.
The best kind. You've earned the playthrough by pulling that off, Brewski. Ah, close. I don't particularly care about customization. I'd rather... It doesn't bother me, basically, but it seems like a game that would be... it would be rife for exploiting that, right? Even if that was just the unlock system, was you unlock an array of worm hats if you do certain silly things. Like, kill 2 people in 1 hit by poking them off the edge and it unlocked a hat or something like that. It's true, the flags, gravestones, and the music, because that's all customizable, right? Damn. That one seems really strong.
Yes.
Is it just hard to aim?
Watch this.
I'll try a cave, sure. Does that mean you can't fall off the stage, basically?
Fatality.
It's one to use, like, the stronger weapons. Okay. Oh, because you can still dig through the bottom and cause someone to fall off. No aerial weapons, okay. I think Papers, Please is probably the easier example of just like, I would never, if it was my job to be a person who approved passports, I would never break the law. Oh, hot damn. So, Serp with a combo kill there. Good lord. Good god. By god, something something. It's a crate spamming game, which create cool super weapons. Do the crates always have super weapons in them? What's that flying sheep? So this is the one that I unlocked. Did you not get it until later in the map or something?
What's this?
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Bummer.
Supplies detected.
That's fair. Just so you can't kill everyone on your first turn, basically.
Implemented.
Well, I'm fucked. Getting out of this one alive.
Ow.
I can't believe that that still counts as a wall. What the fuck?
No pagadi.
Hey, fool.
Paka.
Baka.
Reinforcements have arrived.
And the uses are all per army, not per worm, is that right?
Get a move on.
God, keep doing that. I
Bummer.
guess it's like you really have to aim up.
Affirmative.
Because things do want to blow up on the terrain right in front of you, right?
Requesting action. Locked on target.
Kaboom! Nice finish. That's SERP 3, everyone else 0.
Enemy defeated.
You can even self-damage with a shotgun? Oh, wow. Interesting. Thanks for playing, Brewski. So this is a cave. There's a ceiling, basically. Readying up. Or maybe I'm readying up? Doesn't seem to want to let me. Test. I have a different icon than everybody else for some reason. People have self-damaged themselves with shotguns in real life too. Maybe it's because Brewski left. We can try reforming. If you can remake SERP, I'd appreciate it. Initial energy. Energy is just hit points. Okay. Victory is required to win the match. So the map generator is just different kinds of shapes, and then the player base has coined terms to describe them, like island versus cave. They're not hard coded into the game. I guess you can do exclamation point map cave. I think 5 or 6 makes sense now that we're down players. Yeah, 5 works for me. Chrono trigger. Do characters in the office. I love when video games ask you to do stuff like that. Customize end things. I used to have lots of fun with that in City of Heroes. One of the classes is a mastermind, which is like a villain that has minions. So like trying to name all the minions after something cool was fun.
Ding 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 ding.
Thanks. Thanks, I got it de-readied. Nice start. There you go, Fucus in there, nice. Fucus.
Yes, sir.
13th Zodiac. Oh shit, I'm in the chat. Okay, there we go.
Watch this.
Calculated.
Fatality. Yes, sir.
I only did that because you seem like the most likely character that I could kill that turn. This isn't some Settlers of Catan attack the best player strategy. I should have thought of that before you were better than us.
Freeze.
I feel like, unfortunately, with the way Worms is laid out, you can't do anything about that, though, right? Like, you can almost get taken out before you get a go if everyone gangs up on you.
Freeze.
Oh, nice. I think Settlers is one of those board games that's more important than it is good, and it is also very good. And has aged well, I think.
Implemented.
But I think for a lot of people it was like, wait, board games don't have to be trash? They don't have to be like
Implemented.
Monopoly and Sorry? Oh, what's Sorry called in PAL regions? Because it's not PAL, it's a board game. Does it have a different name?
Awaiting orders. Requesting action. Time critical.
No, it's definitely Crossfire. The game with the largest discrepancy between how cool the commercial was and how cool the game is to actually play.
So you can. Fatality.
Reinforcements have arrived.
I don't like this worm's position, I must say. I feel like if I do too much jumping, I'm gonna fall off for sure. Can you rotate this?
Cooey.
There we go. Well, that didn't do what I wanted to do.
Blessing.
Change size with up, down. I never actually played Carcassonne. I've heard good things about it. I got really hard into Dominion for a while, which is a deck building game. It was a fun little, like, simplified design space kind of exercise, sort of like Magic the Gathering, but less ridiculous. Andrew and I used to play. There's a website where you could play Dominion with all expansions for free, and the creator allowed it because they sent him play data for all the cards.
Oh no.
There's a lot of really cool data projects on that. Wrecked. Almost got a twofer there.
Supplies detected.
But whenever she would go on trips for work, we would just play Dominion over and over that site. I think it's shut down now. I don't even know if Dominion still does expansions. I feel like their design space is basically tapped out without getting really silly. There's a lot of really cool data from that. I assume there's something similar with Magic, because they have like Magic Online and other sources to data farm, and I guess like tournament games.
Special delivery.
But they would do stuff in Dominion, like the game was simple enough that you could write simple bot strategies. You could like make like a big money bot that would only ever buy money if it could afford to, and buy victory points if it could afford to. I guess victory points first. It would buy a province if it could afford it, and get silver or gold otherwise. So it was actually a pretty effective strategy, and it was fun to like compare that as a baseline to every other possible card strategy. Like,
Just you wait.
big money plus buying one smithy, right?
Fatality.
I enjoy deck building.
Reinforcements have arrived.
I think I mostly enjoy the learning curve of deck building games.
Get a move on.
Is the size that you can do based on distance from your character or something? And also can't get stuck on anything else?
Blessing.
It's resize options, okay. What's the range limit? Has to be pretty close. There's a weird unused hotkey that switches sides. Like how page down is the chat key. Yeah, it was fun with Dominion because the game was simple enough that you could write a bot that always followed a specific strategy. And because it was a shadow site, everyone could access the analytics. It's fun to try to explore. So much for my girders. Ricked. Womp womp. That's cool, you can build from anywhere. I'll keep that in mind for next time. Stripper dead. Numpad 5 and nothing else. Yeah, I know, I got you. It's interesting to see games before standardization.
Yes, sir.
It happened pretty quickly. I feel like everybody kind of got on the same page in the early aughts. Like, okay, this is the confirm button. This stick moves the camera. You can have it not move the camera, but you better know what you're doing.
Damage report.
I think deck building evolved out of people enjoying drafting in Magic and like saying, can we make a game that's drafting? That's the whole game. I think they enjoyed the like activity of drafting more than playing Magic itself, and I think that I agree with that. Womp womp.
Yes, sir.
It always makes me wonder if there's any other like little sub loops in other games that are a shitload of fun and have enough room to turn them into their own game genre themselves that haven't yet been explored, you know? Kind of like how MOBAs are intense hero micro from RTS games, isolated into its own thing with elements of tower defense. Womp. That's a bummer.
Just you wait.
Affirmative.
Just bazooka someone in the face. Do you have infinite bazooka ammo? It seems like the bazooka is really strong for the default weapon. Maybe less so on a map where it's harder to knock people off the stage. It seems like that gives them a... They really have to like justify why the other weapons exist other than to be fun, but why would you make something because it's fun? Nice.
Special delivery.
I'm increasingly seeing the value of this as a low attention PvP party game. Like, the likelihood with which you get knocked out early and that's your opportunity to go get snacks or something. Like,
Come on then.
competitive play shotgun's the weapon of choice. Interesting. Just do a lot of damage if you land everything. I see. So you just need to do straight up face damage. Gotcha. Ah, interesting. I'm into that kind of meta stuff. I love when people like squeeze blood out of a stone like that in a game that's so obviously silly, like Worms. Well, that stuff just exists in the system, intended or not. I wonder if the new iterations of Worms significantly change those numbers around, or if the player base is pretty married to Bazooka's 245 damage. I have not played Dungeon Keeper, no. I think there's like 30 games that have the word dungeon in the title that I'm confused about all the time. Let me Google it real quick. I won't read much. Just want to see if I recognize the screenshot. Nope, don't recognize that. If it's not on that games database, there's a really good chance I haven't played it. There's another page that has games that I played before 2015. Let me see if it's still public. Nice, Johan.
Implemented.
All right, if you go to tasks.marstead.com, there's a tab on there called Blind History. I don't maintain it at all, but I basically just one time I went in there and Googled like top 100 games,
Systems flow.
NES top 100 games, PC top 100 games, Genesis, and so on, and just wrote down all the ones that I had played or hadn't played before. And then anything that's released after 2015, I definitely haven't played. Oh, there's nothing to interrupt. I'm super dead. Ask me anything. Poor Picard, who's not in XCOM 2 because he would be way too expensive as a voice actor. Nice. I feel like the long distance launches are really satisfying in this. I played the ever-loving shit out of Diablo 2 in high school, and I've played a whole lot of Diablo 3, but I've never played Diablo 1. I played the Darkness of Tristram event in Diablo 3 that they did, which is kind of sort of a remake of the story, but haven't actually played the game. One of my favorite game design anecdotes is the GDC talk by David Brekjevic, the lead designer who accidentally created Diablo. I fucking love that. It makes me so happy. Like, he's given this talk and he's like super nervous. He keeps stumbling over his words and stuttering and stuff as he's explaining how Diablo happened and how he like was making this turn-based Baldur's Gate kind of game and then turned the turn duration to 0 seconds and accidentally invented the ARPG. It's one of those things where it like makes my heart smile when he reveals that he accidentally invented the genre and like the audience cheers. Yeah. I don't know how often stuff like that has happened.
Gravity lost.
It sounds like he had to do a remarkably small amount of tweaking work to actually get it to be fun and playable. Like, all he had to do was turn the turn duration to 0 seconds and the game just played. Because they increased his budget to his team's budget to like fix the game or something over the next 6 months. And after he made that change, it was already basically fixed. He didn't have to do anything for the next 6 months. It's like I clicked on the skeleton and the character went over to the skeleton and hit it and it died and it felt amazing.
Systems damage detected.
So I know a lot of peripheral stuff about Diablo 1, but I haven't actually played it is the short answer. You can save yourself. I believe in you. Oh god. Oh, that's cool.
Affirmative.
Is that something you have to unlock? 'Cause that seems really strong. I saw a teleporter, but I didn't think it was that good. Oh, I didn't know that Divinity Original Sin was a reboot. I thought that was
Implemented.
the first game. Or was another weird example of putting a subtitle in your first entry. Dragon Age Origins. Don't, no, this is your first Dragon Age game. You can't do that. Just call it Dragon Age. Oh, teleporting ends your turn. Okay, gotcha.
Подожди у меня. Special delivery.
Do you get a limited number of uses by default? The cheese pattern, the cavern pattern, is repeating. So if you like cross your eyes like you're looking at one of those 3D stereograms, you can kind of make it look 3D. Whoa.
Бросай.
I have some kind of stigmatism or something where I automatically see things in double vision when they're not in focus, so it's really easy for me to do those. Divine Divinity 2002 CRPG. Divinity 2 Ego Draconis.
Ну давай, давай.
Oh my god, I didn't realize it was the 4th attempt. Skunk. Holy hand grenade.
Смотри сюда. Run away.
The runaway is great. Nice.
Ой, носа. Ой.
Oof.
Insufficient intelligence. Systems shut down.
How does it determine the order in which worms die?
Пока.
If multiple are reduced to 0 HP at the same time.
Supplies detected.
No one won that holy hand grenade. It's true carnage. That was a high impact weapon drop there. Jeez. Hey, that's a flying sheep I was trying to use earlier. Nice. So you guide it while it's moving is what makes it special.
Missed. Yes, sir.
Tank controls. Oh, it can collect crates. I can still do the stereogram thing on the terrain. The middle part of it looks super 3D. Whoa.
Да, сэр.
One of those weird things that I do mentally all the time, like checking to see what a word would look like if it was backwards. It virtually never results in anything interesting. Good night, noob. Thanks for hanging out. Catch you next time.
Freeze.
But it does mean they never catch me with shit like Alucard.
Me, got image.
You pull an Alucard on me, and I'm like, I know what you're doing. That's Dracula. Womp womp.
Affirmative.
I like the Shoryuken. And the timely Mortal Kombat reference. Nice. Serp might still win this despite being completely ganged up on at the beginning of the map.
Yes, sir.
The Chrono Trigger has a pretty sizable lead, we'll see.
Hello.
Prove me wrong. I love the moving on. Oh, I didn't realize that you had to charge the homing missile too. I thought it just either launched or it didn't. Okay. That was part of what got me killed when I tried to use it. I just tried to tap the button. So is the bar at the bottom of the screen, is that the combined health of all worms on the team? Gotcha. I was confused that it was teensy tiny.
Ну давай, давай.
I need to play Lemmings again. I feel like I could understand Lemmings as an adult.
Affirmative.
This game kind of reminds me of that. Rude. Oh, 15 damage.
Stupid. Yes, sir.
Oh, I see. So I have little lines on the bar to show you health per worm. Brutal, Serp. Brutal. Break the cycle of Serp victories. Whoa, that's pretty cool. Ah, and unlike the teleport, you can still do something after that.
Fire.
I think Serp might be in trouble.
Systems shut down.
Nice. Well done.
Victory.
Oh, short post-game. Do we want to try a cave level? Readying up. Remembering this time. Oh god. Okay. Yeah, this is a problem. I understand. Oh shit. Page up.
Watch this.
I really gotta stop doing that. It's bad.
Stupid.
What's that hatch line on the top of the map? I noticed it's like widescreen looking on purpose. All of the art props. Oh, that's cool.
Freeze.
So like a blast zone? If you cross it, you die?
Sneak image.
Next time, you're mine.
Solid and indestructible. Okay. Gotcha. So it sharply limits things coming from above.
No spaghetti.
Very nice.
Out, 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 out. Traitor.
Like the robot voice.
Yes, sir.
Traders for when you damage one of your own units. I feel like it would be a shit show and not fun, but has there ever been a simultaneous play mode where you can just hot swap between worms and try to input commands? So the whole point is that it's turn-based, but
Reinforcements have arrived. Fire! Traitor!
Pressay.
an item to swap worms, but it's still turn-based and turned off by default. Okay, calling the next big craze. Giant multiplayer worms rooms where everyone controls a worm. And as soon as you die, you get shunted into another map with a different team of people. I don't know if that would be fun at all, it would just be chaos. It's kind of what Duck Game is, actually, just instead of it being giant, it's just a small group of
You wait.
about 4 players.
Supplies detected.
For people who play this seriously, what sort of time limits are they working with? Is it like just like 20 seconds or so?
Implemented.
I missed those mines. Did somebody place those, or did they just like generate with the map?
What the? Ow! Oof, oof. I'll get you.
Gotcha.
Special delivery. Watch this.
Nice.
Ow, ow, ow.
Ow, ow, ow.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Try to bungee or parachute. Try the skunk. Oh, interesting. Oh god, no! Don't skunk me!
Missed.
Oh, that can go through walls though, interesting. And it poisons you basically, so you're taking damage over time? Well, now I know how the skunk works. Now, you only do get a couple seconds to move once you fire your weapon, right? Then it locks you in place. Even if the weapon animation is still playing out. You can activate it early. Okay. It tries to run very similarly to the sheep, it looks like. Except instead of exploding, it sprays gas through walls.
Missed.
Supplies detected.
Poor coughing worms. Yeah, right.
Implemented. Implemented.
— 9 seconds. Do something.
Time critical.
Scorchna.
Ah, so close.
Special delivery.
Like a second away. Little sneezes.
You'll regret that.
It's not just special with the shotgun that you can shoot twice, right?
Yes, sir. Fire!
The abetam basileus. Yes, sir.
Map poison. Does it just last for the rest of the map? It's 5 damage per turn, it looks like. It's like it's Brutus's turn.
Breeze. Breeze.
I feel like there's a good number of low attention non-video games, like bar trivia is pretty low attention most of the time. You have a ton of downtime in between questions. You don't have a lot of time deliberating. I'd love to see more devs try to develop low attention multiplayer games.
Locked on targets.
Nice toss. Damn.
Grenade.
No one's played this game before, Jesus.
I'll get you.
Ta-ra!
I'll get you. Bye-bye. Yes, sir.
What the?
Cool.
Revenge.
Yes, sir.
Revenge. I saw someone use a jetpack. Surrender, really.
Get a move on.
Is a jetpack a special item? Is it from crates only, maybe? Gotcha. So crates are pretty important to go for, it seems like. Even with the ability to teleport literally anywhere, it's very difficult to find a location that's safe. So I find that most multiplayer games that allow you to technically scale up to an arbitrarily high number of players have a threshold where the game is actually fun or feels best. Is there any like agreement in the Worms community of how many players is too many? Now you're basically doing 8 players Smash free for all. I guess since it's a true party game,
Systems damage
4
detected.
players is funnier, right?
Affirmative.
More opportunity for chaos. Very nice.
No pagadi. Oy, 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 oy.
Yeah, that makes sense, this name. I didn't think about that. Not a lot of games have that
Special delivery.
mechanical flexibility to help with player scaling. I find that very few games that allow you to scale the number of players feel just as good at every player count, you know? Is 2-player fun?
Yes, sir.
Nope. Overdid it.
You'll regret that. Yes, sir.
Is that what the tournaments are? 1v1?
Breathe.
I'm just interested in hearing what the like community standards are, to the extent that there are any. Hearing the thing about how like the shotgun is really good because it can kill you in 2 turns,
Spishka.
even though I'm not interested in doing any of that. Ah, womp womp.
Insufficient accuracy. Affirmative.
We're coughing Luca.
Target inside.
Nice.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir. So you
Can do the
Next time, you're mine.
stereogram thing on this stage too.
Out of here.
Oy, 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 oy.
Yes, sir.
Get him, wind.
Reinforcements!
How do I know what I got from a chest? Just looking and see if anything new is added. Nuclear test. Doesn't look like that's aimable. I would like to use it, but... Oh, interesting. It gives everyone radiation sickness, except for the worm that activates it.
Fatality!
Oh, it gives it to everyone. Cool. So many adorably coughing and sneezing worms. Oof, nice shot. How much damage is the holy hand grenade? Oh, so close to being a drowning situation. Oh, it's 100, isn't it? 75 plus fall damage, okay.
Affirmative.
I guess Luca can't get double poisons. Uh-oh. Interesting choice. Womp womp.
Unit lost. Just not compute.
Oh, can you not die from poison and only go down to 1 hit point? I see. Nice.
Fatality!
77.
Reinforcements have arrived!
Collector save. The choice is yours. I like the way the backflip works. This is where if I was confident that I could land the shotgun, I should go for it for a kill here.
Get on with it!
Not confident that I can, though.
No spaghetti!
Forgot that it included knockback as well. What's the use case for the bow and arrow? Does it get to fire twice or something? Well.
Oi, nutter!
Supplies detected.
Fires twice. It has heavy knockback. So it's a knock someone off the stage weapon versus the shotgun being a do a bunch of damage to kill them weapon.
Implemented.
It doesn't seem like there are any weapons that are almost identical or which have a strict upgrade. Why would you use the pistol over the shotgun or the Uzi?
Time critical implemented.
Boring.
Sir being fancy over here.
Yes, sir.
That seems smart.
Yes, sir.
Oh god, I'm stuck in the terrain. No. Well, I only have one choice.
Kamikaze! Fatality!
Oi, 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 oi.
Probably could have aimed that less stupidly and come out a little bit better there.
Affirmative.
I didn't realize it was gonna launch, like, dig through the stage. I thought I would just blow up in place. Two train offload points next to each other, like my parking lot. Where do the signals go and what kind? Ugh. I would tag Walter and ask. I don't. After 90 hours, I still don't think I get train signals completely. Let me see if I have one. Hold on.
Missed!
Yes, sir.
I'll try to repost it so you can see the most recent messages, but you can't scroll up through them, basically.
Insufficient determination.
Yes, sir.
Fire, get ready. Oh, Jesus.
Red alert.
Ah, knocked him out away from it.
Damage report.
Oh, so grenades do decent damage if you're in range of it.
Awaiting orders.
Yeah, check current. There should be an image of it, Leon.
Target in sight. Resistance is futile.
All right. How does this name get out of this one?
Insufficient determination. Affirmative.
Is that like passing your turn, basically? So is this stalling a strat? Like, is it still going to become sudden death at some point and the water's going to start rising? What was that? Was it just a cursor?
Resistance is futile.
I didn't even see what the weapon was.
Enemy defeated.
4-1 Serp. Shenanigans. Oh, is that sheep shenanigans? Oh, interesting. Rigged. Down for whatever. If there's an interesting different shape of map, I'm down for it. Oh, like level? Exclamation point level does that, I think. Yeah, no problem. Find the commands. Andrew, do you want to see worms? Yeah.
Eating run late, but I crushed it.
Chateau. Interesting. All right, time to ready up. Thanks. Or just click the light bulb. No problem. I benefited from the exclamation point chest earlier. Oh, that's cool. Just like a custom design, basically. To dismiss the chat. Surprised the chat doesn't update you when someone sends a new message if it's minimized. Oh, there's buttons to message people. Oh, there's a phone icon. Gotcha. Thanks.
Affirmative. Yep. 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 Discharge. Yep. Unit lost.
Yes, sir.
I guess you could basically just import any art as long as you define where the lines on it are, huh? Have that be a level. Anything with transparency. It's cool.
Fatality.
An actual, like, Smash Brothers temple map.
Yes, sir.
Ugh, the worst spot to be in. Hey, Andrea, you ever played Worms before?
No, I've just played that one worm game where you eat the little blocks and then you get bigger and bigger. Isn't that
Oh.
called Worm?
Yeah.
Oh.
Snake?
Snake! Snakes are just big worms. Just kidding.
Oh, I just noticed the mine up there. Uh-oh. This might be a fun party game to play with Lisa and Matt. It's turn-based. You don't have to pay a lot of attention to it. It's probably good when you're drunk. I don't know, run out of time.
What are you
Shit.
trying to do?
Trying to get up there, but now I gotta shoot something. Get on with it.
Bomber.
Did 5 damage. I'm the red team.
Are you losing?
Brutus is the blue team named after Star Trek characters.
Nice.
So you have all these different weapons. It's turn-based. You're trying to blow up everybody else, but you also destroy the terrain, so you can get them to like fall through the terrain or fall in the water or whatever. I think he's gonna just poke me into the water here. No, I might get. Sure, you can.
Ninja'd into the water.
Yep.
Now you're
Correct.
fish food. Troy kicked your ass.
But it's pretty chill. It's pretty low stakes party game. Like, it's very low attention, so it's the kind of thing that you talk through most of it, or you drink, or you
Yeah.
get up and get snacks when you get eliminated early. It's kind of like Duck
Just
Game,
you wait.
but less
Less.
dexterity, flinchy than Duck Game. It's low stakes because Serp is unbeatable.
Unit lost.
Yeah, Serp has won every game except for one.
Special delivery.
Well done, sir.
And that was because we all ganged up on him at the beginning of the... Probably have an easier time getting out of the hole that I'm in now that I have that. Nice. Sure you can indeed.
No pagadi.
Reinforcements have arrived.
I happen to know that Matt likes this game because he showed it to me at PAX.
Mm.
So they might be down to check it out.
Watch this.
Did you just kill yourself?
Insufficient intelligence.
Present.
Happens to me every time.
just
I don't have a sense of... Yeah, I
I'm
did.
pretty sure that's not.
How you're supposed to play.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not how you're supposed to play.
That's like the 7th time it's happened.
So
like,
does some just win because the rest of you just blow yourselves up?
I definitely do that to myself.
Ready.
Yeah, I don't know why I expect it to fly over the ground when I aim.
Ready.
I guess I have to like imagine a line. I need like a Babby's First Worms mode where it actually draws the line so I can... I know that would be cheating, but it would help me develop an intuition for when it would blow me up. There's a sheep attack. I'm gonna use the sheep to kill me here. I can detonate it.
Kamikaze sheep?
Yeah.
Oi, nada.
Oh, there's an item that draws lines. Okay.
Yeah, you didn't notice that? It said reinforcements have arrived.
But there's a... Look at how many of the different weapons there are on this list down here in the bottom right.
Oh, that's something that I would not enjoy.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
There's
You can just use the bazooka every turn.
Right, is this
and see
like
what you
Smash
do.
Brothers where there's all these different things? Like, I never grab. I literally just hit the
punch.
smash button.
You hit smash and you hit
And
throw
I hit
bacon.
up B. Oh yeah, throw bacon. A. Bacon, 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 bacon. Mr. Game & Watch is the best.
You're actually pretty successful
Smash.
with your bacon exclusive strategy.
Yeah.
Special delivery.
Yeah, I'm about to get wiped
Yeah,
here.
I don't, get completely creamed. Unless I'm against someone who actually knows what they're doing.
This scared me when I booted up the game too, but because the game is so chill and turn-based, you'll just see the other people using it, like, oh, what's that bow? I want to use that. I think we've seen almost everything except the parachute, the bungee. I think what we haven't seen. I used the skunk. That was funny. I haven't seen the airstrike, I don't think, or somebody used it and I didn't realize that's what it was.
So you know what the next 2 weeks are, Dylan?
Working hard on
That
physics.
and the virtual Washington, D.C. congressional office trip.
Oh, good luck.
Thank you. Yeah, I just went to the last training. That was the meeting I was in. I have to email out everyone and be like, hey, let me talk to your staffer for 10 minutes about how dope particle physics is and why you should give us a $1.2 billion.
I'm down to
Pretty, please.
turn on the other
Please.
weapons next time. That sounds good. Whoops, that's a mine.
You just are not good at this.
No, I'm not. It's true. I didn't even see it there. I was like, I need to get out of this hole. I'm not dead.
I'll play against you.
I realized I could turn around, but it was a little too late.
That'd be right.
Is that you, Dylan?
No. Brutus is really trying to get over on top of that roof there. 9 seconds. 8.
Last minute bomb.
You'll regret that.
Oh, yeah. Would you be interested in playing?
Not right now.
Okay.
I'm just gonna watch and, absorb. I'd rather just sit here and judge Dylan. If we're gonna be honest about ourselves and motivations. Oh, you're so close! I don't think you can get it. Oh, maybe with a longer arm. You proved me wrong. Well done.
That was Serp.
I know. I'm not talking to you.
Clearly.
You just went. You ran into a bomb.
A mine.
Whatever.
Nice. Twofer.
Detective systems blow.
And you got the death damage. How much damage does that do? At least 21. Double kill.
Yes, sir.
What's the max number of players this game supports? Is it max players or max worms? Because this is like hot seat multiplayer, so everyone can just play from the same keyboard.
Oh. Oh, yeah. I didn't know that was called hot seat multiplayer, but that makes sense.
64 worms, wow.
Fire.
Pass the controller. Nicely done.
Fatality.
Vitality! Oh, that was
Yes.
adorable.
Really cute, yeah. There's one that makes them cough, and it's really cute. Skunk. I didn't see how far this goes. There, I did something that didn't result in my death.
Congratulations.
Serp's about to murder me, though.
Present.
Yeah. I say let's do one more round after this one and turn on all the weapons in the next one just to see them do them in order. Steam version updated to have max rooms and players. Further as a cap, so you can only do one or the other. Oh, interesting.
Ну давай, давай.
What's the deal with there being a Steam version of this one? Like, it seems surprising that they released a 1999 game and
Огонь.
updated it for compatibility. Boom.
Systems damage.
Was it just a particularly popular one that was running off Steam anyway? They wanted to get that sweet worms money.
Affirmative.
Uh-oh.
Left one target.
Bye, Dylan. Oh, never mind. I thought he was going for you.
I'm not a threat.
I guess that's
Don't
true.
waste
That would
your
just be a
turn.
waste of
It's
time.
likely
He's
that I'm
gonna
just gonna
blow
kill
himself
myself.
up next
Yeah.
turn.
Nice.
Special delivery.
The holy hand grenade is one. It's pretty funny.
Do you have to like type 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 5, and then 3?
3, sir. 3.
Time to sick bay.
Yes, sir.
51.
It's like, thou shalt count to 2 unless proceeding to 3, or something like that.
Nor thou 2, except that thou proceedest up to 3.
5 is right out.
Ugh.
What are you doing? What's your goal here? Oh, you're gonna kill Serp?
I'm gonna try. It's not gonna be successful.
Sheep's gonna bounce off and hit you.
Oh, absolutely.
Well,
No, it hit me.
kind of happened.
Yep, and I'm dead now. But so is Sir.
Damage.
I'm out of here. Blessé.
You can name your worms. What would you name yours? You have up to 8.
8? Oh, I mean, that's easy. There is up cork, down cork, strange cork, charm cork,
Charm.
top cork, beauty cork, or bottom cork, sorry.
bottom.
But some people don't like calling them top and bottoms. They think it's sexual, so they say truth and beauty. I think that's bullshit. And then we've also got, electron, muon, tau, and neutrino. So
Nice.
that get me. That
would
got
be
me 10.
appropriate.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite part about this is naming your team.
I was gonna say I have more because there's
Oh, I could go more.
there's a gluon, there's the gauge bosons. We didn't even touch those.
Oh, here's a holy hand grenade. Ready?
Ooh, that's pretty powerful.
Damn. Damn.
Now you're dead.
Supplies detected.
You can customize the gravestones as well as the nationality of their voice.
Implemented.
That's why Serp's character sounds like a robot. Mine's Australian, I think. Enterprise is Russian. Nice. Aha, close.
Resistance is futile.
Special delivery.
You go, resistance is futile. You know where that's from now.
The Borg.
Oh, the game I was playing yesterday, XCOM, has like 6 people from TNG as voice actors.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
It's one of those like you hire someone and then you're like, I need more people. You have friends, right? And then you're like, yeah, let me get my buddies. And then
It has to have been on purpose. Like it's so like the Tasha Yar is one of them.
oh, so she's not above
Voice acting in a video game.
above voice acting in a video game.
One
now, is
hit
she?
point. Look at this with the pistol.
Bad. Serpent.
Was the pistol just safe because you can't rebound and hurt yourself with it or something? 27 more seconds of this. God,
so close.
I'm not even sure if that's possible.
Can you just fire mouth?
Nice.
Oi, nutter!
Affirmative. Implemented.
Did you not see what other people picked up? Just if you pick it up yourself?
Requesting
Airstrike.
Oh.
That's cool.
Just you wait. Yes, sir.
Just you wait. Alexander Hamilton. We are waiting in the wings for you.
Come on then.
But people haven't seen it for that game that This Name Is Lame made a bunch of characters for. He made me a character and he wrote me a very, specific custom bio
It made Andrew really
that
happy.
made me
to
so
say.
happy because it perfectly encapsulates my priorities.
I can pull it up so you can read it if you want.
Okay. Yeah,
So you
because I
don't-
could paraphrase, but I don't think I'd get the wording.
Yeah.
Here, can you read it? I can't see it from here.
Oh. When the alien shut down her lab and cost her job as a kaiju developer, Andrea was perfectly willing to turn the other cheek.
It's all right.
But when they shut down Taco Bell, it was a different story.
That is unacceptable.
It
That's
made
the last straw.
It made her so happy
These are
that you
getting
guys
annihilated.
understand her. Like,
You don't mess with my Taco Bell. You mess with my kaiju. That's fine. They can
My
take care of
job.
themselves. But don't mess with my fucking Taco Bell.
you can disperse my name. You can disperse my wife. Just disperse my children. You can disperse my dog. But don't you ever mess with the great state of Texas.
Supplies detected.
Or whatever. Yeah, those bios are great. I love the flying sheep.
Hey, that's adorable! Bye, Deanna.
I thought you'd find this game cute. It'd be fun to play with Lisa and Matt sometime.
Yeah.
I think it's probably enhanced by alcohol.
But I like it already because it's turn-based, so like when it's not your turn, you can have a couple sips, and sit back and relax and watch Dylan blow himself up,
Oh, I've been blown up for a minute now.
take a drink, and then, your turn comes, you do your thing.
I was trying to think of other low attention multiplayer games that are video games, because there's lots of like card games that are like that.
Mario
or-
Party.
Yeah.
I know, you don't like Mario Party.
Well, I think
You
Mario
didn't
Party's
say
too
it would be
attentive.
a good one.
It's
Yeah.
attentive though.
Yeah.
Because you have to do all the mini games all the time, right? So I feel like bar trivia is a pretty good example where the space between questions is so long and you pay attention for like
Yeah, I
10
guess the
seconds.
question is, can you get drunk while playing the game well?
and
Because I mean, yeah, I can put
around.
the controller down and let you just like knock me off, the edge of the little ice island.
Right. Well, I think it makes it conducive to doing
Yeah, you're
something
right.
else,
Cooking
hanging out,
games.
eating.
Are kind of like that. Uh-oh.
Need a good like social lubricant.
Dude, Cirque was like about to die and he's just
Sir.
like he was in third place. See what you're saying, man. He's rallied. It's not over yet though, Cirque. It's not over yet.
Interesting. Does that? Oh, it does burn to the terrain. Nice.
Whoops.
Yeah, the bars at the bottom are the combined HP of the surviving worms.
Oh. I see.
Second.
Kadashi.
Oh, 2 for 1.
Missed.
Affirmative.
So I think we should do one more round after this. Can we do it a smaller number of worms, like 3, and just turn on all the weapons and everybody just try to use a weapon that we haven't seen yet? Or one that Andrea hasn't seen yet? This has been fun, though. Thanks for sharing this, and thanks, folks, for joining in the multiplayer.
Optimal target.
Probably will actually play this with sister and brother-in-law.
Oi, 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 oi.
Oh, man. 2 HP versus 100 HP.
I mean, that's still 1 versus 1. That is 1 worm versus 1 worm.
Yes, sir.
If you can get him in the water, if you turn on weapons, people will die fast anyway. Okay.
What you gonna do, Frog? What you gonna do? What you gonna do, Frog? What you gonna do?
It's a hard call. Hide.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
that's a valid strategy.
Insufficient accuracy. Affirmative.
Okay, how does pro player SERP? Nice. Like the perfect thing to target too.
Out.
You like worm's vision, or do you just know that there are certain parts of the environment that you can precisely target? Oh god.
Can you, like,
This is brutal.
build dirt? Can you, like, you know, pave in the entrance there and just let them starve to death?
Frog's sitting over there fucking terrified.
Frog, I'm sorry. I think this is your end.
SERP is a machine.
Self-destructive.
Oh! Unnecessary.
And it was the kamikaze. Does that technically count as a win for SERP?
Wait,
Oh, is
that's a
this-
good question.
It's a draw. It's a style victory from SERP.
Okay.
All right, I'll exit so we can reform. Is that right? We'll do one with all weapons. Just try to do a quick game here. Okay, thanks. This one's from 1991, but if we played it with Lisa and Matt, it would probably be the Switch version, which came
Okay.
out pretty recently. Or 99, that's right. Misspoke. Game from 91 that had this robust of a multiplayer would be pretty shocking.
Remember when everyone thought the world was going to end in the year 2000? But thankfully, all the banks updated their dates to take 4 digits for the year as opposed to 2. Wasn't that the big problem?
Yeah, it was Y2K bug, but everybody fixed it.
Yeah, everyone was like, oh, this is a bug. Let's fix
Set
it.
the weapons manually. Take your time.
Yeah, one of my favorite stories from Dylan's work is so his job when he was working at Chase was test lead. So they would have a new thing for their website, like a new how much more do you owe on your mortgage calculator, right? And they're gonna, before they deploy it, he has to think of every possible use case that a customer is going to use with that new calculator.
Is this the plus 30 one?
Maybe. And so anyway,
It's just interesting to hear Andrea's version of the story.
He runs all of these tests, and he found one that they hadn't actually thought about, but he was like, oh, you know, this number only has 6 digits, but in theory, the number could be 7 or 8, right? And but the point was that it could be 6 digits and it could be 7 or 8, but it would only be 7 or 8 for the, one case where it mattered in
So I know
in 30 years.
No, it's a bug that occurs for a customer who makes their 360th mortgage payment.
Okay.
Which is the 30 years of payments. And no one does that. Everyone gets close to paying it off and pays it off, or they refinance. Because I was able to find that we had 0 customers that were on payment 359, and the only customer that was close was on like payment 332 or something out of all mortgage customers. So I was like,
okay, well, what if they need to get to 360?
Well, I said worst case scenario, it's going to be years before.
Right, it's going to be years before this is a problem. That's the long story short. And everyone in the meeting was freaking out and was like, "Oh my god, we had to delay, deployment, and this is going to look really bad to the managers and blah blah." Dylan's like, we can do a patch.
This is a very deferrable defect. They were wanting us to work over the weekend and get all the devs to come in and bill extra money to the project to fix this bug that I found. And it's like, guys, it literally won't impact anyone.
You to do a good
It's
job.
unlikely it'll ever impact a single customer. Because people pay a couple extra dollars here and there just by accident, which forces you to not make a 360th payment. Yeah, no, they definitely gave me we have to do this to appear like we're working speech. So please don't make a fuss about it. Like this, we're not here to actually do the right thing.
And
we're
Dylan,
here to look like we're doing work.
How many shits did you give about your job?
0.
And so how hard was it for you to just let it go?
Easy.
Yeah, not very. That's why you shouldn't care about
all
your
of these
job.
weapons manually. Because you have to use commands for it, right? Like normally if we just had a normal room, you just have a little interface where you can click all of them.
Now, so the fact that it stopped at 359, is this a starting to count as 0 versus starting to count at 1 bug?
No, it wasn't anything fancy like that. It was just, it was a bug that had existed before I even started working there. That just, never happened because no one ever makes their 360th mortgage payment. No, I had another one where there were 2 fields.
Maybe I got these 2 mixed up.
Interest rate and next interest rate.
Okay.
And on every single Chase loan, those are the same number because they didn't do adjustable rate mortgages.
Okay.
But then after the 2008 financial crash, they bought all of WAMU's loans. And Washington Mutual had a ton of these garbage adjustable rate loans, the ones that show up in The Big Short.
Yep.
So for the first time ever, those numbers are different. Now, I've already given away what the solution of the bug was, but I reported a bug that appeared to be occurring for WAMU loans only, that those values were flipped on Chase.com. And the Chase.com devs were losing their shit. They're like, oh my God, we didn't change anything. There's no way that we made a mistake here. Like, we haven't touched the code base at all.
They just said B in one and A in the other when it should have been A and B.
Well, the problem was that, no, they didn't change anything. That they had been flipped since Chase.com was created.
But they were just always the same.
Because they're always the same. It had never been detected. And I was like, have you guys considered that it's always been wrong and no one ever noticed it because every test case would have passed? Because
this is why Dylan
B
got paid the big... I can't
the
even
$12
say
an hour.
I can't even say with a straight face. No, Chase has this bullshit policy where your pay increase is only going to be a certain percentage of your previous pay.
This weapon.
And so Dylan started out in the call center, so right, he wasn't making a lot of money, but then he got promoted to test lead.
Is that like moles from space?
Well, that was effective.
That's wonderful. Let's beat every awesome game. Nice.
Yeah, and so he didn't get like a big pay increase. He should have just quit and then reapplied for your job.
I just hit space by accident. Well,
did you pull this up again?
Immediately. I went to go press the button to switch. I meant to hit right click to look at the weapons. Of course, I was sitting in such a way that it killed me instantly. Okay, so the moles that fall from space is a pretty good one. Let's see, everyone try to use different weapons here. Magic bullet, donkey.
Oh,
I haven't seen the Ming Voss.
Does it just kick you?
It's a fake. boomerang. Come on, hit someone! Oh, it's a banana.
It's a blowing up banana. Oh my god!
This is more blowing up bananas.
So many bananas. And they're all gonna be bombs, aren't they? Yep, you're dead. No, no, not yet. You still have a tiny little
372 damage. You take the damage after the animation's done because it has to calculate for everything that happened.
That makes sense.
Sparse. Sure.
Dylan, can we move to Brooklyn?
No. Donkey.
Well, oh my. Well, that's effective.
My character barely survived. That was great.
Isn't AOC Brooklyn?
The Bronx.
Because then I could visit her office when we do our high energy physics trips. Because she's badass and cool.
Oh yeah, for your lobbying for physics.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't get to really visit any high profile offices.
Kitties, are you dying? Alright, well, I'm super dead there. I can't believe Game and Awesome didn't fall in the water there. I see what you mean about the game ending quickly if
Yeah, you just
you turn on
destroy
all
all the
weapons.
land.
Reinforcements have
Mole
arrived.
Squadron. Try the vase. Oh god, I wasn't expecting it to work that way. Shit.
Are you dead? He's dead, Jim.
Bomber.
Thought it was gonna be like Last Crusade where he hits him over the head with the vase.
Say.
Thank God. It's a fake. You can tell by the cross section. Dad, they use the doors. It's a good point.
I love when he's like, being all angsty, like, oh, you never talked to me as a boy. And he just puts his paper down, like, fine, I'm here. What do you want to talk about?
What do you want to
That is totally how I would have handled that situation, because I'm a terrible person.
Bruce? Oh, what's that? Balance thing?
What are people's favorite Indiana Jones movies? And if you say the second or the fourth one that doesn't exist, I will ban you permanently from this
You
channel.
give people two choices. You're like heads or tails. Man, so some of these superpowered weapons are stupid.
Pretty superpowered.
Yeah. Nice.
Supplies detected.
Some. Usually these only show up in the crates on a normal game. Only have a chance to show up. Yeah, that was great.
Requesting an
Mail?
Are those cats?
I think it was like mail. Oh my god, how am I alive? I do not deserve to be
You're
alive right
incorrect.
now.
Oh, mail
Reinforcements
bomb.
have arrived.
Okay. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Something, something. Let's definitely show Andrea the coughing, because I thought that was cute. Oh wait, do I not have it? MP Bomb, Salvation Army, Super Banana, Scales of Justice. I don't think we have it. That's too bad. No, that's okay. I figure we already saw it. Salvation Army. Oh, that's what that was. Okay. Scales of Justice.
Try that.
Oh, did that just heal? Okay. It balanced everyone's health, it looks like.
Alright.
Yeah, I could skunk one of my own guys. Basically just divides the health among your living worms when you do Scales of Justice. Thank you. Andrew, I can hear the coughing noise. So I get this thing killed.
Oh. It's so stinky it kills you?
It poisons you, makes you cough and
And then it explodes?
Of course it does.
Of course it does.
Supplies detected.
Little coughs.
Aw.
Wheezing. I was gonna say I might survive this one just based on my positioning. Oh yeah, Sir
That was
good at this
an
game.
impressive maneuvering.
I'm gonna get the Luigi wins by doing nothing gif.
They're all on the ball on a little ice
Rainbow Rock.
island.
That's cool.
이빨 Waka.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Waka.
Yes, sir.
Super sheep already did. Already seen Donkey. Magic Bullet? I don't think I saw that one.
Hit Serp.
I'm gonna try. Oh wait, what's going on?
Do you just click on Serp?
Move on.
Doesn't look like I can aim the Magic Bullet. Oh, it doesn't look like it works? I'm trying to hit space and it's not doing anything. Weird.
Get a move on.
I'm trying. Suicide Bomber.
Kamikaze.
Okay, you just blow. That's what I thought Kamikaze was gonna be last time.
Behavior.
Oh, it's a click somewhere, then shoot. Okay.
That's what I said. I said click on Serp. You don't listen to me.
So whenever you can't move or use the
Thanks,
arrow
sir.
keys, that's a click thing. That was a rainbow trail? Okay. That's real. We got to see Suicide Bomber. Nice.
Nice.
Ubik.
Affirmative. Requesting action. Missile launch.
Nice.
Merca.
Took me out. Alright, it's all you, Brutus.
I don't know.
Just have to not
Deanna might have it.
Screw up. Killing Serp here. Nice double kill. Nice little grenade catcher there. We get a style kill. Nope. Nice. Well done.
Red alert. Out.
If he fell into the water, that would have been hilarious.
I know, Hooray! Good job.
Serp.
Oh, he dies anyway due to proximity because of that.
Another draw.
Nice. Didn't get back up on top. Beautiful.
Точно.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, this thing, for sharing this, and thanks everyone for joining. That was a lot of fun. Let you know if we end up playing it off stream.